What's up, going frying pan people? Welcome back to the kitchen. I hope you guys had a good week. I'm gonna try and do a stream of conscious. I know there's people talking, and that's scary and stuff like that. But I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try really hard, because that's what this is for. That's what this is here for. I'll be honest. I don't actually have a goal for this week. He got me. I don't really actually have a planned thing for this week, but I figure, we'll just go and we'll just talk. That's how it goes. Last week was really nothing special. I don't feel like I'm really progressing at all, but let's not have another one of those conversations, shall we? Let's not have the 100th time. Guys, I'm not really doing as well as I could. So what are we talking about? Something else interesting. Something else. Man, that guy is a quality pyro. Oh, but I almost got him anyway. That's a quality pyro right there. Something that I can kind of talk about this. On Twitter, because I've tried to get into Twitter. I don't know. Twitter, I feel like I've talked about in the past, is something that like I've definitely tried to get into, but it's just bad. Like, it's something that every single time someone talks about Twitter, they're never ever good, or they never talk about it in a positive light, right? And so, like, what real incentive do I have to go on to Twitter? But I actually did hear as valid of an incentive as I was gonna get, and it's a good way to meet people, creators specifically, because it is difficult. It's really difficult to meet people nowadays. The whole male loneliness epidemic or whatever. But it's difficult to. What the heck was that? It's really difficult to meet people. This is a well-known fact of life. After high school, it feels like nothing. I mean, no. After high school, you have college, and college is fine. It's fun. Is whatever. You have these things that are kind of just like feeding you engagement. They are feeding you kind of interaction. And that is just normal, right? It's entirely normal. For years and years, that is what you get. Just people constantly trying to get you to know people, and trying to get you to interact and engage and everything like that. And it's just that's not what life is. It definitely runs out. Right? And so it's something that loneliness has definitely become a lot more prominent than it once was. And there's other things to talk about there. Probably a conversation about just how social media does not do a very good job of actually being social or tangible. It's something that I struggle with, because while on one hand I am very much so on YouTube, and I'm trying to more procure this, I guess, like more establish and endorse social media in general by wanting to do it as a job. It's still something that is not really good. I still don't see it as a good thing, basically ever. There are some times, of course, it's not a universal evil, but just generally, especially with what it is now, it is not good. It creates a very hollow sense of interaction, and it's interaction without intimacy, and that comes in every regard. I genuinely believe that's why porn has become a lot more. Oh, we're talking about porn today. Why porn's become a lot more prominent, a lot more prominent, because that's all social media really is. It's a lot more easy to get a hold of. It's certainly a lot easier to get a hold of. You can't go anywhere online without running into porn. Like, genuinely, it is everywhere. It's constantly knocking down your door and it's hot singles in your area as I don't know, something like that. But it's these very, very shallow and mindless interactions. It's not real. It's not real at all. And did it despawn? It must have despawned. It's not real, and everybody knows that it's not real. Everybody acknowledges how shallow and fake and just meaningless it really is, because that's what it is. It's meaningless. It is interaction without. It's intimacy with. Ooh, that was almost cool, but not quite. It's interaction without intimacy. That's what porn is. It's this very, very intimate part of your life that instead of being intimate or anything that it really should be, it's just not. It's just such a hyper idealized version of itself. Really, really poorly too. I mean, obviously there's different degrees, but it's really destructive. Overall, I'd say it's destructive to people that ingest it. It's destructive to people that that's just embarrassing. It's destructive to people that create it. It's destructive to people that ingest it. It's just it's destructive to people that overall it exists with it. Like it's not it existing has a negative effect. I want to make that clear. I feel like people don't really acknowledge that sometimes. It's true. It is true. Porn existing is inherently not a good thing, right? You have people that is like, oh, well, it's not bothering anybody. It actively does. It actively does, and it 100% attributes to that sense of loneliness, of false interactions, not actually, meeting or seeing or engaging with people. It's these very small, meaningless interactions that we've grown accustomed to, normalizing. It's just what it is, But I don't think that's how it has to be. I very rarely believe that, it's just what it is at all a tolerable, what? Why did he, okay then, is at all a tolerable or logical, way to, it's a coward's way. It's a coward's way to look at morals. It is someone who cannot stand themselves, right? They cannot stand being better. They don't feel like they need to be better, so they don't take any of the responsibility or take any of the, onus, I guess. They don't take any of the actual difficult rationale that would be needed to improve. And because of that, they don't, because we need to improve. Like, that is very, very evident. We really need to improve. It is incredibly, hey. Okay, there we go. It's incredibly obvious, not only with the internet, but even before that existed, it was obvious that we needed to improve. Heck, I feel like it was more proactively understood because it felt like there was more individual responsibility. Whenever you have everybody always going all the time, everyone's always here, and you can see all of the suffering that's always going on. Admittedly, it's overwhelming. It's like one of those times where, you have too much stuff to do. Like in school, right? You have 110 things, assignments that you need to get done. So instead of doing any of them, you just do none of them. Because, it's just it's too much. I got him. Do I got him? Do I got this guy? Am I him? I would not call myself him. No. Dang it, I didn't get it. But it is still something that I forgot what I was talking about. To be entirely honest, I forgot what I was talking about. It was probably something interesting or like good or whatever. I don't know. But regardless, um, yeah, loneliness is definitely a thing. It's a lot more prominent than it once was. Being overwhelmed. That's what I was talking about. That's right. Um, Whenever you see everything all the time, it's so easy to just, uh, you know, feel like it's not really your responsibility, because you can't possibly take care of it all, and that's not at all an invalid statement, especially with how terrible things feel all the time, like all the time. Even whenever you're privileged, it feels like things are not going well, right? Because I am privileged, and a lot of people are privileged, and pretending like there isn't privilege is ridiculous and dumb. Um, but even then, it feels so difficult. Wait, I got the medic. Let me get the medic. Hold up. Hold up. Wait. Okay. Why do they have two engineers? Oh, no. Yeah. It's really difficult to take on everything all the time because it feels like there's constantly another thing and it's another impossible object to move, and it's something that you're like, well, why do any of it? Clearly I can't do anything about it, so why even try? And I don't really have a response to that, to be entirely honest with you. I don't really have anything to say that'll naturally just have the fix, because I personally don't have the fix for it. I don't really know what to do, but I do know, above everything else, it is important. It is vital for us to be there for each other, even in the most minute ways, even in a way that might not seem big. It's important to care about stuff, you know? Okay, am I gonna win this? Yes! It was like half me, half scout, but we still won. Um, it is important. Oh, dang. Okay. Nope, we lost. Oops. But it's important to be there for each other. It's important to understand one another and to allow yourself to be there for each other. That's what I think. I think that's the overall most important thing. But I hope you guys had a good week. Very rambly, very rambly. I literally forgot what I was talking about halfway through, all over the place. But nonetheless, I hope you guys had a good week, and I'll see you guys next week.